we have a Father who longs to hear from us. That we have a Father that loves to hear our voice. We have a Father that wants us to come to him. In fact, the Bible is just jammed full of this truth. So I'm going to read several verses to us before we get to Matthew 6. But I'm telling you, I could, in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to read 8 verses. I could scrap all 8 and add 20 more. And I could scrap those 20 and add 20 more. I could scrap those 20 and add 20 more. I could just keep doing it because every book of the Bible is filled with God saying, come hang out, cry out to me, speak to me, come to me, right? And so let me just read a couple of these. Psalm 34, verse 17 says this: when the righteous cry for help, the Lord hears and delivers them out of all their troubles. Now, Christian, let me talk with you, because if you're going, well, okay, that's one of the reasons I don't pray, because I don't feel righteous. I'm not righteous. And this says that when the righteous cry for help, God hears. So I don't think God hears me because I'm not righteous. Well, Christian, let me remind you of the gospel. It is never your righteousness. It is never your righteousness. It is never your righteousness that gives you good standing with God. It is Christ's righteousness imputed to you, so that the reason God hears you, Christian, is because of the righteousness of Christ in you. Not because of your own, so you can breathe out, because it's not your goodness that week that gives you good standing to boldly approach the throne of grace with confidence. It's the righteousness of Christ. This is what it means to be Christian. To understand that it's not my righteousness. This isn't on me, it was on Christ, and he fulfilled all that the law required for me and for you as Christians. So it's the righteousness of Christ that God sees, so he hears our prayers and he responds. Psalm 18:6, in my distress, I called upon the Lord. To my God, I cried for help. From his temple, he heard my voice, and my cry to him reached his ears. In Jeremiah 29:12, then you will call upon me and come and pray to me, and I will hear you. Now, before you take Jeremiah 29 and run and put it on a coffee cup or something like that, let me speak to what's going on in this text. The people of God had grown hard-hearted and proud. They had begun to live as functional atheists, all right? And so God, in his mercy, sent the people into exile and into slavery. And what Jeremiah is prophesying about in chapter 29, verse 12, is that they will eventually, by the weight of this, be broken and humbled. And when they're humbled, then they'll pray. And when they pray, he will hear them and he will respond. And so it's a heavier verse than you might think just reading it. Then Jeremiah 33:3, call to me and I will answer you and tell you great and hidden things that you have not known. James 4:2, you desire and do not have, so you murder. You covet and cannot obtain, so you fight and quarrel. You do not have because you do not ask. Matthew 11:28, I think in all of religion, the craziest sentence that a God ever uttered. Come to me, all who labor, all who are weary and heavy laden.